Years, I have often struggled with the difficulty of why white people cannot say three very simple words. Three words that is said in unison today could change policy tomorrow. Three words that is said by Americans today, we could end the struggle of a grieving parent having to hold the lifeless body of what was once the most beautiful thing in their life. Three words. And yet we won't collectively say them. MLK wrote about the white moderate. He said, "I have come to the regrettable conclusion that the Negroes stride towards freedom. Its greatest stumbling block is not the white citizens counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate who says, 'I agree with you in the goals that you seek, but I do not agree with your methods.'" We see history repeat itself. As people die, we are told we need to wait. As BLM protests, they are told to stop being disruptive. And Kaepernick kneels in silence and is told to be respectful. Methods are criticized while this conversation does not move forward to where it needs to go. We are told to end the divisiveness. The divisiveness has been there, and it's always been there. It's only today that black people have shown us the world that they live in every single day. The divisiveness is there when a black man is shot at a rate of 2.5 times more than a white man. The divisiveness is there when the gavel strikes down, sending 1 in 3 black men to prison. The divisiveness is there when we call out our grievances and they go unaddressed. There is a problem in America of which its gravity is not given its deserved equivalence in swiftness and urgency. Black people are killed more, they're in poverty more, they're more likely to have a lesser quality of education. They are arrested more, stopped more, frisked more, harassed more. Black trans women are killed at astronomically high rates, and yet we continue to like posts on Facebook as our only contribution to this conversation. When we refuse to stand up and instead play safe the majority, we empower the wrong side. Because when we wash one's hands of the conflict between the powerful and the powerless, we empower the powerful rather than being neutral. When I watch a video of a father gunned down with his hands up against a car, I wonder what caused the apathy in which America has addressed this human problem. What does it mean to call people of color our friends and family if we're not willing to stand up against the oppression that they face?
Yes.
Because the world in which a child can be gunned down because the color of their skin is seen as a threat is not one that I would give to my own best friend. That could have been him, that could be his sons, that could be his daughters. How can I say I love this man enough to call him my brother, but not enough to fight for a world in which we are equals? Doing nothing against this reality is not an action that I will allow myself to forgive. And that is why I am frustrated. Because too often are people of color called friends, but ignored when they call for help.
Amen.
So to those here today, to those who I've called family, to those who I've called friends, and to the man that I call my best friend, enough to call brother, I offer you 3 words that I hope is a symbol of my promise to fight and stand beside you until I am exhausted and then some. 3 words. I love you. Black lives matter. And to the white moderates, my own peers, I hope you find the love inside of you for a group that has been in so much pain. Anger hides pain and tears that have gone on for too long, and I hope you find the love inside of you to also affirm that Black lives matter and that you love them. We must refuse to be more cautious than we are courageous. And together we must find the courage to stand against the sea of troubles that resist this movement. We must find the courage to face ourselves, our peers, our friends, our families. We must find the courage to stand up against the slings and arrows of injustice. Do not tell us that you would have marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. if you will not stand by BLM. Because in the end, we do not remember the words of our enemies, we will remember the silence of our friends, and the silence is deafening. And to the people here now of all colors and creeds, I say thank you for your courage of yesterday. I applaud your courage of today, and I ask for your continued courage tomorrow. 3 words. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.